Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and I bought every cart accessory I could find at Michael's so that we could put together the ultimate craft cart. Craft carts are super popular in creative spaces because they're so functional and so versatile. I feel like the craft cart craze, you might say, started with IKEA and the Raskog carts years ago, and now it feels like every craft store, every home store has a cart. So I actually opted to go to Michael's and check out what they had to really make your cart your own. We've come a long way from just getting the cart and putting things in. Now there's a million different accessories available. I opted to go with just one place so that you could find all the pieces all in one place. Of course, there's a lot of different options out there. I know We Are Memory Keepers has a cart. I know the Container Store has carts. I know Target has carts. Walmart has carts. There are carts everywhere and there are accessories everywhere. We are just going to focus on the Simply Tidy brand and see what we can come up with. So before we get started, let's talk about the different accessories that I found. I'll show you what they are and tell you the price, and then we'll get going. Okay, first up is the Lexington Cart pegboard, and I thought this was a pretty cool thing to be able to add to your cart. Obviously, I'm a big fan of pegboards. I think they're super functional. I think you can use them in lots of different ways. So this has two pegboards that you can attach. I'm not sure if you have to have both of them. We will find out as we get it set up. And this accessory was $12.99. Most of the time, the cart things at Michael's are not necessarily on sale because they are already great buys, but every now and then you can catch them, so make sure to check that out. So here's the pegboard. Then we have a cart hanger, and it looks like the cart hanger was $10. So this is really meant for paper, for vinyl, washi tape. We're going to see how it fits on the cart. So that is the cart hanger. Then we have the topper. These are really great, especially if you are going to be working on top of your cart. The cart topper was not on here. I don't know. It looks like maybe somewhere around $10, $13, I think maybe. All right, we'll find out. And I'll put it right here. This is the cart topper. I got one in like a bamboo color, so that is really nice. And then these are some of the smaller accessories. We have the adjustable bin. This one is regularly $22, which seems like a lot for this clear bin. But I actually did get this particular piece on sale for $11.99, something like that. So that feels more like in the right zone. And it's made to fit perfectly within your cart. So we're going to see how that works out. And then the other, geez, there was just so much. There's lots of pieces to hang off of your cart. You have these little cart bins in this size, and then you have kind of a slimmer version in this size. We have some hooks that we can add in to our cart. We have what looks to be a paper towel holder, which I think is probably pretty handy on a cart. Pick that up. And then the other thing that I thought was super cool were these tray dividers, kind of like drawer dividers, which I've been using in my drawers for a while. And I think that's really handy. So some tray dividers as well. These were $7.50. All of the smaller accessories were in that $7.50 range. So, it's actually a lot of money. When you add up all of the different pieces plus the cart, you would be spending well over $100 to like completely trick out your cart with all the things. I don't think that having them all at once is going to be the solution, but we are going to take a little time. We are going to play with the cart setup and see what we can come up with. Let's do it. All right, so here we are on the floor of my craft room. This is a craft cart from Michael's that I have had for a while. Obviously, it's decorated with stickers. It's purple because that's my favorite, and it's very, very functional. So we are going to use this as our guinea pig, and we're going to start opening up some of these packages and seeing what we can figure out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. I want to start with the topper to this cart. I think the toppers are really helpful if you are planning to use your cart almost like a side table if it's in a space that is not necessarily your creative space only. So maybe a dining room, maybe in a living room or a bedroom. I think these are helpful because they add a little bit of surface space. You can see this one has this kind of bamboo look. It's a little textured on top, and it is designed to just fit right on the top. Can it fit in the other sections? It can, and in that way it protects whatever is in there, so it kind of can be moved around to whatever suits your needs. I personally feel like it's the easiest to just have it here on the top so that you can have it as a space to work on, and you can also have some storage inside. So speaking of storage inside, I really wanted to try the cart tray dividers. So like I said, I've been using drawer dividers in my bedroom, like in our drawers upstairs, and I find them really handy. These clip right on. Hear that snap? And they don't shift back and forth. That is a strong kind of hold. Let me just see. Let's have another one up here. Let's divide this area. Actually, let's just leave that. Let's test something else. Can you have the cart divider and a topper? No. The answer is no. So good to know. You can't have those two together. So I'm wondering if maybe we should have these down here. Snap. Yeah, that's a tight fit. And then we snap. That's kind of nice. And that, like I said, it's not moving around, which is really good to know. Yeah, that's going to work really well. Okay, I have one more of those. We could always come back to that. Let's see what else. This is the other one I was super excited about. This is a bin that is supposed to be designed to fit perfectly. It's like a riser, a 3-tier riser. Let's see. It does fit perfectly. It is going to slide back and forth. But wait, I have a solution. If I use my divider right up against where that bin is, it's not sliding anywhere. So that's kind of nice. Okay, let me take the wrapping off this and put it in. Okay, something else cool about this bin is that these divider pieces come out. So you have, it's divided into 3 main parts, and then you can also use these pieces to slide in here. There's some different options, configuration options for where you could have them, which I think is super cool. So you could actually move it all the way over. Great storage for pens or something like that. So that's kind of cool that you have some different options as far as what will fit where. We'll get to figure out where that goes once we figure out what's going in the cart. But I think that's all of the things for the inside of the cart. So you have the topper, you have your tray dividers, your cart dividers, and then you have the clear bin. The rest of the accessories that I picked up are meant to hang off of the cart. Let's start with this. This is the pegboard designed for the Lexington cart. Now there are carts available at Michael's that already come with a pegboard system, but this feels like a newer addition that you can add to the outside of your cart. All right, so it looks like you have 2 separate pegboards, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pegs. I'm guessing you would want more pegs if you started to use this piece in your space. But let's see how it is designed to attach. I feel like what you do is put it down below and then, oh, nope, let's see. Maybe you put it on top first. Let's take the topper off. Let's see how this fits. So this fits here. And then, oh, you kind of slide them both in at the same time. So I'm pressing it in towards where it's going to be and then just pressing down. And it kind of clicks in place. Feels pretty secure once it's there, but not like secured forever. You know what I mean? I feel like these are more secure than this is. Can you still put this on the top? Let's check. You can. So that's pretty cool. You can have one. You can also, there's the second one that you can add if you are looking for a little bit more of an option, but I think you have to put the bottom one on before the top. So let's see. Yeah, that slides in pretty easily. And then this one would be the same. I mean, that's pretty cool, you guys. I kind of dig that. You could also spray paint this. I think that would be so fun. Do a cool design. There's a lot of things you could do right there. And then you can add it your topper right back on. So that's pretty cool. It only comes with 5 pegs. Like I said, that doesn't feel like it's quite enough. So that's something to consider as well. But let's keep going. Let's add on our pegs and then we'll see what else we can add to our cart. All right, one last thing I want to say about the pegboard before we move on. These pegs, not very secure. In fact, super, super loose as compared to other pegboard accessories that I have used. They do sell little pieces for pegboards that will hold pegs in place. So it's almost like a little cord right here that would go across it, like a bungee cord that would hold pegs in place. I think once you determined your arrangement of pegboard accessories, that you would want to use something like that, because if you're actually moving your cart, if you hear it, that's pretty wiggly. It might come loose, so I would highly suggest those. I'll link some down in the description box. All right, let's keep going. Here is the struggle. When you are considering what accessories to add to your cart, there is such a thing as too many accessories, because the more you hang off of your cart, the less you'll be able to get to what is inside the cart. So that is kind of tricky because you need to figure out what is going where and how you're going to be able to access the different pieces. For instance, if I move this a little bit, this is kind of the more shallow bin. This one, so this is this, there. Now it does all snap in place, and actually that kind of holds that pretty nicely. All right, so this is the more shallow bin. Depending on what I put in here, it's going to make it harder for me to get to what is back here. So that's just something to keep in mind. Also, you're going to want to keep in mind the real estate as far as what's going to hang in the front and back and what can you add to the sides. Let's see if these smaller bins, I feel like these kind of cry out for markers and pens and something like that. Let's see if they will fit on the top with the topper on. All right, so do they fit with the topper on? Yes, the topper does not go all the way down, but it does still fit. It's still relatively secure. When you take the topper off, let me show you what I like about these particular bins as opposed to bins that you might find at like the Dollar Tree. There is a reason to buy this brand. See how it has this little extension part back here? That is pretty cool because when I snap it on, it actually holds it flat. And so I feel like things would be less likely to droop out of the bin. If it were at an angle like this, the odds that something would fall out would be higher. So I like that it has this kind of built-in riser almost that pushes it out to keep it flat. So that is pretty nice. I like how that is coming together. Now, what else do we have? We have, here's my struggle. We have two different things. We have our paper towel holder, and then we have the cart hanger. Here's my thing. The cart hanger, I love me a cart hanger. I love that you could store vinyl. I love that you could store washi. If you were really big into washi and you had a limited space, then I would say use the cart hanger, hang all the washi you can to your heart's content, and just go for it. However, I don't think hanging vinyl on here is super practical because it's only going to have room for a few rolls of vinyl. And every person I know that owns a Cricut that has used vinyl, they got more than a few rolls of vinyl, if you know what I mean. So I think you could use this for a few of your favorite rolls, maybe your most used rolls, something like that. But I'm not sure that this is a practical solution for your vinyl storage. Practical for your washi tape, perhaps. Let's open it up and see if the possibility exists to also have paper towels. Because I think paper towels, depending on what you're using this for, could be really handy. This is also a solution where you could put washi tape around here as well. If you're just looking for an extra washi tape holder, that could totally work and you could have a bunch of your favorite washi available. But I'm interested to open this up and see how we can kind of customize this. All right, so something interesting to note is that this actually has places for screws, which means you could mount this to the wall, which would be a great washi storage solution in my humble opinion. So that's something to consider. It rests right here, and it has this little notch that helps it hold right there. I feel like if I were using this all of the time, that I would want it attached in a little bit more way. I would want to secure it in place, perhaps with some double-sided 3M tape, something like that. So just consider that in the future because this feels very shifty to me. I'm not sure about that. The bars, let's see how they actually go on. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars to work with. Woo! And they go on pretty easily. So what you do is you put one end right here, and then the other end snaps on. How does that work? Oh, it snaps onto the actual bar on this side. So it snaps pretty easily on and off. So that's not so bad. And then you don't have to use them all. So if you wanted to have some paper towels, you could probably put a smaller paper towel roll here if you were interested in that. But I'm thinking, I feel like this is like washi storage, ready to live its best life, and I'm here for it. I feel like this is just calling out. Calling out for washi storage. Let me know in the comments below, what else would you put on a piece like this? To me, it's just crying out for washi storage. I don't know that a paper towel would be great. I don't know about the vinyl, like I said before. I'm a little suspect of that because if you're using this as a storage solution for vinyl, you're going to end up with more than 5 rolls of vinyl. I'm just here to tell you, just being real, keeping it real. But washi storage, I think, is a yes. Paper towel holder, I'm going to be honest. This one, I'm not sure that you need it. If you're using this as an art cart, meaning maybe all your mixed media supplies are in here, then for sure. As you're picking out your accessories, you want to decide how you're going to use your cart. For me, this looks like it would be more of a planner cart, more of a place to hold stickers and things like that. So I don't know that a paper towel holder is going to come in super handy for me, but it might come in handy for you. Last but not least, I have these double hooks. I think these are pretty nice because they just fit so closely to the side. Actually, yeah, they fit so closely to the side, so it's pretty slim. Because I already have these right here, I think it would be helpful to have these on the side as well. Kind of snapped in right there. They're really secure too. These don't feel like they're going to come off. These feel secure. This feels secure. The ones that don't feel as secure would be the pegs right here, and this washi tape holder I feel like needs something to hold it in place for the future. But otherwise, I love how all of these accessories feel super custom to the cart and feel like they really, really work well with what is in the cart. All right, I think we have a pretty nice cart set up. Let's switch over and start filling it up. Let's go. you guys, I am pumped. This cart is set up for a lot of different crafting, and I think it will be pretty functional. I actually am kind of in love with how it turned out. Let me just give you a quick tour. So let's start over here on the side. This is where I have some sticker books displayed that I can flip through. This is great because I often forget to use these types of sticker books, so it's great that they're out and you can kind of cycle them through. I have more sticker books in that 3-tier riser, works really well. Something to note, you don't want to overstuff. If this were full solid of sticker books, I would not be able to flip through and grab what I need. So cycle your sticker books in and out of your planner cart. You don't have to have it completely stuffed all the way. I used my Tombow lettering pens here on the side, organized in rainbow order so that they're easy to grab. And then my more functional pens, black, white pencils, and then every girl needs a fancy pen. Am I right? So have those right there. On this same shelf, this is the current devotional I'm working through for Illustrated Faith. Maybe you have a kit that you're working through, something like that. This is the home edit bin, and it works really easily, bringing it in and out, which I think is pretty fabulous. And there's probably still more room over here on the side, maybe for an additional journal. Over here on the bottom, I have some art books that inspire me. They're always fun to look at. They have drawing exercises, things like that. We have a variety of inks and then a few of my favorite stamp sets right back here, including some acrylic blocks, so all of the supplies that I would need to do a little bit of stamping. And then we even have room for some watercolor. Plus, to be honest, there's still a little bit of room right here that could be filled, even with this not wanting it to be overfilled. So I think that that works really well. On the side, we have the scissors that we all need, know, and love, and I like it. Feels like this holds it pretty secure in place. These two bins, this one has some essentials. It has some Post-it notes, some hand cream, some chapstick, the things we all like to have on hand, and a card for cutting washi tape. Then we have my We Are Memory Keepers disc punch, which I use all the time. We have a craft knife, some adhesive, and whiteout are all right there. On the back, are you kidding me? Look at that washi tape. That is fun. It is, okay, so the sticker books push on it a little bit, but it's still pretty secure. And I love it. And I would be able to just pull off the washi tape I need, which is fabulous. I'm absolutely loving that. And then over on the top, let's take a look here at the top. With the top, that's where I put all my journals that I'm currently working with. So I think that is going to work out super well. A couple things to note. When this is here, it doesn't fit all the way down because of the washi tape holder, so that's just something to keep in mind, but it does fit pretty secure once you snap it in, so I could definitely still work on top of this. I like that the books are in there because I feel like they're a little bit more protected than being out in the open. This is not weighed down. You can weigh these down too much and it starts to push it apart, and it won't roll as well, so be careful of the weight. It's not meant to hold your entire craft room, but it can hold a bunch of your stuff. So just be careful of the weight for that. You guys, how cute is this? Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of my ultimate craft cart design? I think it's super functional and super fun. This holds way more than I thought that it would, which is pretty amazing. And then let me know, what do you like to keep in your craft carts at home? I would love to hear from you in the comments below. As always, I will link everything that I use. I do have an affiliate link for Michael's, so all of those links are down below. It helps me out a lot when you're able to shop those affiliate links. Be sure to see if things are on sale because that always helps as you're setting up one of these carts for sure. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, will you please give it a like, consider hitting that subscribe button and that bell notification button, because then you will be the first to know when I release a new organization video. All right, I think that's it. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.